Okay, so guys, the last week target was we have already completed 2 tasks. First task was chapter number 5, audit evidence, chapter number 6, completion and review, and chapter 1, quality control, task 1. Then task 2 was what was task 2? Chapter 7, reporting, and chapter 13, consolidated financial group audit. What was the last task topics? Can you say? Chapter number 2 and chapter number 3. Very good. Now let me ask you that those who are following the task, I know you might be following your own way or this plan. Did you guys complete these 2 chapters? Just reply with yes or no, whatever it is. Yes? Okay. Now, I've said how much importance you give for the class studies, same importance you have to give for the question. And I had assigned you questions in my app. Did you guys go through questions of chapter number 2 and chapter number 3? Did you guys go through the questions? What about others? So guys, answer discussion video with tips, what to start, how to present. I have uploaded in my app today. I know you would not have got the time to see, but still today afternoon it was uploaded. Okay, please go through. You won't have any doubts. Still, if you have doubts, you can ask or post in the group. So let's now rapidly sum up chapter number 2 and 3, and then I will pause for your doubts towards the end. Then I will assign the next task. As usual, 1 hour maximum. So guys, promote. Oh. The promote we'll proceed. Come on. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. And at chapter number 2 and 3 was the last task. So we are rapidly sum up. Chapter number 2. Chapter number 2 name is the basic standards, 200 series, general principles and responsibilities, which is the first standard essay 240. And as usual, keep replying up. What is essay 240? You can say in one word. What is essay 240? 240 in one word is fraud. Okay. Actually, name is not fraud. Auditor's responsibility. Okay. Regarding fraud in an audit of financial statements. When you hear about fraud, what else will come to your mind other than essay 240? 240, of course, it will come. Other than 240, what else will come to your mind? Okay, CARO, clause number. Okay, already I've said CARO, clause number 11. Other than CARO, what else will come to your mind? 143, subsection 12 to 15 of Companies Act. Other than this, you have forensic accounting and investigation, which is chapter number 17. Now, what's the difference? At essay 240 means this is responsibility. CARO and 143.12 both are reporting. May I know what is the difference between CARO reporting and 143.12 reporting? Can you say the difference between CARO and 143.12 reporting? CARO is reporting to whom? If the fraud amount exceeds or equal to 1 crore, very good. Yeah, CARO is not 1 crore, I'm sorry. 143.12 is exceeding 1 crore to central government in form ADT 4. I'm sorry, yeah. 143.12 is reporting to central government if the fraud amount exceeds or equal to 1 crore. Whereas CARO is reporting to not central government shareholders. And one more difference is there. Other than reporting to central and shareholders, one more main difference is there. Anyone? Which is broader? Fraud coverage is broader where? Caro illa 143.12 illa. Where is more? Yes, Caro. Caro has fraud on and by the company. Whereas Caro, whereas 143.12 is only on the company by employees. Caro is both on the company fraud, by the company fraud. 143.12 is only on the company by officers and employees. Okay. So that is essay 240. So your objective is threefold, guys. Anyone? First, in essay 240, you have to identify risk of material misstatement due to fraud. If there is risk, you have to perform more audit procedure to obtain evidence. Once you have obtained evidence, you have to respond. Your objective is 3-point. Risk, evidence, respond. How many fraud risk factors are there? Come on. How many fraud risk factors are there? 3. Think of fraud triangle, which we said. What are the 3 angles? Competition, loss. Which angle is that? Competition, loss, etc. comes under pressure. And a pressure has another word. Incentive. Okay. Now, next. Internal control fails. Which angle is that? It is kind of opportunity. Next. Knowingly, management does not rectify deficiencies in control. If it is deficiency in control, opportunity. Whereas knowingly, management does not rectify the control deficiencies means it shows their character. So it is very good. Rationalization. Hey, there is another word now. Rationalization or justification. Attitude. Okay, now you can expect some kind of questions. In class also, we discuss one question. They will give you and you have to guess out what factor and how it will affect financial. Now, there are 2 types of fraud. Accounting estimate, book adjustments. All these are called as, very good, FFR. Fraudulent financial reporting. Embezzlement of cash, misappropriation. Yeah, that's misappropriation of assets. That actually something is going out like cash, stock, misappropriation. Otherwise, it is FFR. Okay. So basically, fraud is whose responsibility? Basically, fraud is responsibility of whom? Fraud is primary responsibility of management. Now, auditor, you can't 100% detect fraud. Did something else come to your mind? 100% fraud you can't detect because of inherent limitations of audit. Essay. Mother essay da. Essay 200. Last step with that 240 is winding up. How many possibilities or indicators of fraud we studied in essay 240 towards the end? Indicators or possibility of fraud. When you see this, you have some. There is a chance of fraud. And indicators of possibility. How many? Come on, last one. 4 indicators are there. First is, anyone saying? At times I forget it's revision and start to teach. Yeah. First one is what? Inconsistencies in accounting records. Now, second, now records is inconsistent. Second is mismatching or missing evidence. Audit evidence is missing. Third, pressure by management. So, problematic relationship between who and who? Problematic relationship between auditor and management. Others. That's it. Can you reply whether you got a sum up of essay 240? Hello? Okay. So without delay, can we go to essay 250? Because lot of standards are there in chapter 2 and 3. Lot of standards are there. Each standard we need 10 minutes now. So can you proceed to 250, guys, please? What is 250? Come on. Two letters, LR. Considerations of law and regulations. 250 is connected with in class also we covered that. Connected with something else. No, clear. We learn in professional ethics, chapter 19. Now, what is non-compliance of law? Non-compliance means it's an act of, we did not deduct TDS, we deducted it was a wrong rate. So it can be, it's an act of omission, TDS was not deducted, or commission, mistake. Does this essay include personal misconduct? Like in director's house, there was an illegal black money? Answer is no. Does this essay include acts done by officers on behalf of the company? Does this include act done on behalf of the company? Answer is, even though they are doing, but they are doing on behalf of the company, so it will be the company's non-compliance. Like CFOs doing an illegal contract on behalf of the company. Now, your objective is mainly two things. You have to obtain sufficient and appropriate evidence regarding compliance, non-compliance, and you will respond. Actually, that respond very important thing is there. Some non-compliance will affect financial dash or it will affect dash. Can someone say? But TDS will affect the financial directly. Child labor was there. GST-IN was not there. All this will affect financially indirectly. So what is the thing? Is your procedure same for both? No. Directly means you will perform additional procedure. You will evaluate the materiality, modify, analyze its impact. Can someone support? Indirectly means you will do only dash procedure. Indirectly means you will do only, you can say like that, specified, or you will do limited procedure, specified audit procedure. Okay. Again, who is the person who is primarily responsible for the laws and regulation? Primary responsibility is whom? Primary responsibility is management. Again, auditor. There are three factors are there. Too many laws are there, too many laws are there. Fraud, meaning it's done with an act of concealment. And non-compliance is court of law. There are management responsibility, I'm not writing. There are points. Management should design and implement policies for compliance of law. Like they should see the AFRF, design control, maintain register, train the employees, legal counsel. Do you remember responsibilities of management? That is important. Okay. So it's just a sum up, guys. So I'm not going into detail. So guys, 250 and no-clear, very important. In class, we have differentiated both. If a question comes regarding laws and regulation, think whether it is essay 250 or no-clear. And a no-clear will apply mainly for dash entity audits. Can you say? No-clear will apply only if it is a which entity audit? Listed entity. Or you are the management or top management in listed entity. So think of NOCLER only if it is a listed entity. Okay, NOCLER, let's wait for chapter number 19. Let's not touch now. And if this much is okay, let me know, guys. I'm waiting. So which is the next one? Essay 260. And actually, Essay 260 has a link with another standard. Can you say? In 260, we communicate with the TCWG, the significant matter. From significant matter only, we will communicate or determine most significant matter. Already Essay 260 we have covered in chapter 7 reporting. So, very good. Here 260 is related with Essay 701. Where? Auditor's report. Chapter 7. Now guys, very good. CAM. You're right. You're very correct. CAM. 701 is key audit matter. Oh, correct. Now, what is your objective in Essay 260? That actually 260 and 265 both are communicating. Now we are in 260. 260 general specific communication. Can someone say? In 260, you are going to communicate any significant matter. So this is said to be general. 265 is specifically internal control deficiencies. Okay. Now, can you say what is your objective as per Essay 260? And as per Essay 260, your objective is first, you'll communicate with TCWG, auditor's responsibility, scope, timing. At TCWG, this is how we are going to do our responsibility, scope and timing. From them, you will obtain relevant info for audit. I gave you a flow. From that, you will communicate significant matter. Now, it is a effective two-way communication. It will continue. Now, can you give me some examples of significant matter? You will communicate with TCWG, significant matter. Anyone? Can you give some example of significant matter? Come on. Significant matter. Fraud. Okay. You're saying other matter. Idile fraud. Then revenue contracts. See, Manoj, you are saying revenue contracts. I will put like this. Qualitative aspects of accounting practices. Qualitative aspects of accounting practices. Okay, sorry. Qualitative aspects of accounting practices such as accounting estimates. Then we asked management, they did not provide what written representation they did not provide. Then what else? Come on, tell me any other examples. Difficulties encountered by auditor. Difficulties encountered. Dash and dash of. Okay, I'll say form and content of. Come on. Form and content of your audit report. How will you communicate? What is the mode of communication? Oral, documentary, both, either. So they say, Leo, Jaswant, not exactly. They say documentary if oral is not adequate, if oral is not sufficient. Whereas in Essay 265, we will learn it should be documentary. 260 either oral or documentary. Now last, if it is listed entity audit, we have to additionally communicate something. And a listed entity means public interest is affected. So you have to communicate with TCWG that there is no threat. You have been independent. If there is any threat, you have safeguarded. Are we clear, guys? Hello? Fraud 240, 250 law, 260 TCWG. Array, more than one auditor came. Aha, what is this? Essay. In revision class, no rest, guys. Quick. Essay. 299. 299 is basically what? Joint audit of financial statements. Yeah, joint audit. In fact, joint audit we will learn in professional ethics also. Okay, let that be there. Now, is it a separate engagement letter or common? Each joint auditor will give a separate or common. Very good. They will give a common engagement letter. Common. EL is engagement letter. MRL, practically we get no management representation. That too common. Who will determine the strategy? Strategy is determined by joint auditors jointly. Who will plan the audit? Engagement partner and engagement team of each joint auditor will plan. How work allocation, guys? Will company allocate the work or will joint auditors mutually discuss? Work allocation is, yeah, mutually discuss. Like based on period, area, FS, like that. Then they will prepare a work allocation document. Now, two types of responsibility. Can you say? In respect of allocated area, they are held dash responsible. Anubama, allocated area kota. They are held individually responsible. Now, Jaswant, you use the word individually instead of saying separate. In respect of common area, AFRF, audit report, all those, they are jointly and severally. Now, if there is a difference of opinion, you will give up. Come on, guys. If there's a difference of opinion, you will give up. Separate audit report if difference, if disagreement. And in separate audit report, you will put which para? Other matter para. Essay. Other matter para, guys. 706. Now last, joint auditors can, I accidentally went to say, can dash, cannot dash. What they can do, what they can't do on the work of other joint auditors. See, I am held responsible for my own work. So I have to rely. I cannot review. So guys, there is a point which many students make a little mistake. I'll emphasize that point. Common unallocated area. Joint individually responsible. Jointly responsible. But. Execution will be the responsibility of a particular person. Did you understand? Assume A, B, C are there. Okay. Notes to accounts is a common area. All will be liable. A, B, C, all will be liable. If C has executed notes to accounts, if there's an issue in execution, C will be held liable. Generally, for planning, etc., all are liable. If execution mistake, whoever done, he will be liable. Now, can you acknowledge whether you understood? Kindly take that point into consideration. Many make mistake. So I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes rest after one more essay. And a lot of standards are there in chapter 2 and 3. Yes, same question was there in the assignment. But I'll say one thing to you. If you do properly class itself, I discuss the questions. Then after that, if you go to the assignment, do the assignment, then see the assignment discussion video. Nothing else you need. Not because I am doing all these things, because all these are past exam questions, RTP, MTP, mainly your ICA material. Thank you. After last essay, I'll give you rest for 2 minutes. Can you say next essay? Very important essay, guys. 402. And actually 402 has a connection with another standard which is there in chapter 11. SAE 3402. Now can you say in 402, who are you? You are auditor of dash entity. You are the auditor of. Very good. Can I use the word UE? You are user entity auditor. There is another auditor. What? Service organization auditor. See, for him only SAE 3402 is applicable. Okay, right. Now, for 402 to come, there are three conditions. For the exam, when will you think of 402? See, guys, 240 you will think when there is a fraud or fraud risk factor or indicator of fraud. 250 is examples of law. 260 is very direct communication with TCWG. 299 you will think when more than one auditor. Very good guys. 402 you will think when there is an outsource. What are you outsourcing? Something related to FR, financial reporting, and they are doing in information system. So in the question there will be a hint of outsource. You are the auditor of which entity? User or servicer in 402? You are the auditor of user entity. So what you have to see, what is your objective, Makla? Your objective is which services has been outsourced. You have to obtain understanding of, very good, understanding of nature and significance of services outsourced. Now you will identify because of this outsourced, what is the risk? If there is a risk, you have to respond. Risk respond. Any essay came to your mind? Risk assessment response. Any other essays came to your mind? Risk is essay 315. Respond is essay 330. Now guys, you feel there is a risk in. Just when FR means financial reporting. IS is information system. See, outsourced activity should be something relevant to financials, right? It may be, I gave you examples, I guess. You can outsource the entire accounting or you can outsource only payroll. But something related to financial reporting, FR. IS means service organization is processing an information system. IS is information system. What did I say? So there is an issue in the service organization. Will it affect the report of user entity auditor? A service organization did not process the information properly. Will it affect user entity audit report? Yes. User entity auditor will dash his report. What? Modify. Which entity report he will modify? Modify user entity's audit report. When? Eppam. When? When uncorrected misstatements are there in service organization or he is unable to, kittila, kedakila, did not get, come on, unable to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. Now, can you refer the name of service organization auditor in your audit report? Can you refer his name in your report? Reference of SO auditor? That's right. If modified, if modified report should refer whose name? Service organization auditor's name with consent. But before you refer, ask him, no manner. If unmodified, should you refer? If unmodified opinion, don't confuse user, should not refer. No need unless required by law. L and R. Last question. How many types of report are there from service organization? Type 1 report and type 2 report. Now, who will give this service organization auditor as per SAE 3402? And by the way, chapter number 2 is very important, even though all these are essay only, basic 240, 250, 200 series. 402 is of course there. All they have asked frequently. See, for 240, very frequent. 250 at times they ask. 299 they ask. 402 is important mainly because advanced standard 3402 is also there. And can you acknowledge whether you guys are okay with this? So guys, take 2 minutes rest. We have one more chapter. So guys, can we start with chapter? Hello? 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 Chapter. Chapter. Flow gone. Chapter 3. Okay. Eda, motivate me, no? Say, come on. Achucho. Okay, come on. Share. Chapter 3 is basically regarding planning, strategy, execution. Planning is inter-level topic, so we will go quickly. Planning. At essay 300. One word, please. What is essay 300? Planning. Planning has how many phases? 2. And I just think a client comes in, whether to accept him. If so, ethical requirement, give the letter, engagement letter. These 3 activities together, you call it as P, preliminary engagement activity. And a preliminary engagement activity comprises of 3 steps. What? Acceptance and continuation of client. To accept and continue the client. Second, what? And a compliance with the ethical requirements. Then, in a third step, why am I alone here? Third step. Agreeing on the terms of engagement. Now, in planning activity, there are 2 steps mainly. That's the main part. The first, you will decide what to do. Don't say what to do. You call it as, why no support? You call it as what? Audit strategy. From that, you develop the audit plan. And a strategy means it establishes the scope. Okay, and so strategy establishes the scope. Okay, carry on. Scope, and a scope, direction. One word I missed out. Anyone? Scope, direction, and timing of audit. Anubama, timing kutta. It establishes the scope, direction, and timing of audit. Meaning nature, timing, and extent of what? Is it procedure or resources are? Very good. Nature, timing, and extent of resources. Nature, timing, and extent of resources. Nature means who, specific, whom you need. Timing means when you need these resources for this audit. Extent means how much amount. Now planning, strategy over. Okay, plan. Plan means to conduct the audit in an effective, efficient, and one more word is there, effective, efficient, and timely manner. Okay, Eda, so I lost the flow. So plan effective, efficient, and timely manner. Here you decide nature, timing, and extent of what? Audit procedure. Procedure means risk assessment procedure, further audit procedure, other procedure. So that's it. Eda, they can ask you to draft audit program. Like I said, audit of multiplex cinema theater or audit of a venture which started online shopping. Like that, they can ask you to draft an audit program which is general. It has 300. Okay, say proceed. Hello. Proceed. 5. Lot of standards are there in chapter number 3. 520. 520, they have not gone in depth in ICA material. So we will also sum up. Can you say what is 520 actually? 520 is some procedure, na? Analytical procedure. Analytical procedure is a part of dash audit procedure. From SA 500, we are hearing substantive audit procedure. And you remember, substantive audit procedure is equal to test of details plus analytical procedure. Test of detail will give you sufficient and appropriate evidence. Analytical procedure will give you, can someone support? What is the purpose of analytical procedure? To obtain dash and dash evidence. Analytical is comparison. Through comparison, you won't obtain sufficient evidence. You will obtain only what evidence? Relevant and Anubama, you're right. In analytical procedure, you are seeing plausible relationship between financial and non-financial quota. You're right. But I'm asking you, why are you doing purpose in that? Another, what is the purpose? To obtain relevant and reliable evidence with which you can arrive at a conclusion. Now, there are 4 techniques. You see gross profit to sales. What technique is that? Ratio. Current year sales you compare with last 5 years sales. Which technique is that? Trend. Financial and non-financial you see. Which technique is that? Number of employees to salary. Rent to square feet. Reasonableness test. Now one more technique was there. Statistical model. That statistical model is called as structural modeling. Now last, can you use all comparison for all audit? No. First you determine which analytical procedure is suitable for your audit suitability. Okay. For us, ratio is suitable for P&L account or for balance sheet. Once you have determined suitability, you need what? You need data, reliability of data. Suitability of procedure, data is also reliable. Now, for doing analytical comparison, you need what? Expected value. Develop the expectation. And finally, difference you have to see. Difference if unacceptable. Okay, what will you do? More procedure. Extend the audit procedure. First, you'll ask the management. Inquiry with the management and additional procedure. Can you reply whether you understood? Actually, an essay 300 you have to think when planning, strategy, preliminary activity. Analytical procedure you can think when something given in relation to comparison. Comparing this company with that company, industry. Financial with non-financial, current year with previous year. Comparison with management expectation, auditor's expectation. When comparison is given in the question, think of 520. Hello? Dinner time, Ada. Yo. Ada, can you ask me to proceed to 540? Time is running, guys. 540, 540, 540. Actually, 540 is linked with another standards. Ada, 540 is significant qualitative aspects of accounting practices. You know, you will communicate with TCWG. Now, if it is risk, more significant matter, accounting estimate can be determined as CAM. Now, guys, what if accounting estimate is not reasonable? Unreasonable. Accounting estimate is not reasonable. What will you do? Unreasonable. Assumption is not proper. You will modify as per essay 705. Are you understood? Okay, so 540, can you say how many types of accounting estimate they are dealing with? 540 accounting estimate, how many types they are dealing with? There are two types of accounting estimates. Accounting estimate, ordinary, don't write ordinary, including fair value. So two types of accounting estimate, fair value and other than fair value accounting estimates. Okay. Fair value means derivatives, financial instruments. Other than fair value means litigation, provision for bad debt, taxation. Now, some accounting estimates are having high, very important phrase. Accounting estimates are subject to risk because they are having high very good, Shruti. Kuta, one more word you add. High estimation uncertainty. Estimation uncertainty means susceptibility. Susceptibility means chances, vulnerability. You know audit risk, IR, CR, DR. Accounting estimate is which risk? IR, CR, DR. Inherent risk, control risk, detection risk. Accounting estimate is whatever control is there in accounting estimate, you cannot reduce it. It is susceptible. So accounting estimates is an example of what risk? Inherent risk. So what is accounting estimate? It is approximation of what? Monetary amount. Monetary means money amount. When? In absence of, you can't say precise. So as an auditor, management will put the accounting estimate. And our objectives, very important three phrases. You have to check whether it is reasonable, disclosed, and if it is adequate. Procedure is important. Since it is revision, I'm not going into the procedure. You have to see prior period, accounting estimate, assumptions made, data used by management, AFRF. 300 you have planned. 540 you compared, 520 you compared analytical, 540 estimates. Can you reply whether are you okay? Actually, 1 hour was the target. It's almost going to be 50 minutes. Can I proceed, guys? Please. Okay. See, this essay was already there in the syllabus. In between, they have added little content. Now, what is 450? Come on. Essay 450. Evaluation of what identified misstatements identified during the audit. It can be of 4 forms. Okay, you will be saying misstatement can be intentional, unintentional, fraud or error, accepted. But misstatement can arise because of wrong. There are 4 things. Wrong presentation. Then wrong valuation. Wrong disclosure. And one thing I missed out. Anyone supporting? Very good. Or wrong classification. So as an valuation is also there, Kuta, that's right. See, as an auditor, I have to evaluate mainly 2 misstatements. What I have found out and what they have not corrected. Evaluate the effect of what identified misstatements and uncorrected misstatements. If there is uncorrected misstatement, can you say where the route will go? Route will go to essay. You will modify, qualify adverse, 7 not. Right. Okay. Requirement, there are 7 steps. First step up, sales 2 misstatement, purchase 3 misstatement, accumulate. Once you have accumulated, I am not writing 7 steps, I will say. Accumulate. Once accumulated, how it affects audit progress. Then you will communicate with management and ask to correct. If they don't correct, you will ask the reason. At a 5th step, someone supporting, you will communicate with the Uparwala, TCWG. If they don't correct and if they say immaterial, obtain written representation, document. That's right. These are some terms. I don't know whether they can ask you, like in MCQ or something. Please just listen. Easy. All these is regarding misstatements. Can you, I will say example. Can you say which misstatement? Type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Immaterial misstatements are called as what? Immaterial misstatements are called as per this essay, it's called as immaterial. It's called as trivial misstatement. Very good. Trivial misstatements. Okay. So immaterial misstatement is called as trivial. Okay. The misstatement which we have seen, which we know, it is there. It's called as what? It is there, it is there. We know it's a misstatement. Sales invoice that they did not book it. We know. It is called as factual. Correct, third one. Factual. Now, the estimates, we think it's not 20%, it should have been 5%. Judgmental. And in the sample, there is 10 misstatements. So in the population, there should be 100. Projected. And we didn't say, we saw the misstatement, communicated, management did not correct. That's easy. Uncorrected. So all these they may ask in a MCQ, maybe in an integrated case study, one question. But are we clear? Can you give me 5 more minutes to wrap up with 3 triplets actually? Can I take 5 more minutes and wrap it up? 600 series da. 600, 610, 620. With that, over. Can you say what is the series? Actually, 600 to 699 series. Can you say the speciality? Yeah. Using work of others. 600 you are called as what auditor? In 600 you are called as the principal auditor. You are using the work of another auditor. For 600 to come, there should be components. Component includes 5 things. Actually, when you hear about these 5 in the exam, then only think of 600. Subsidiary, associate, joint venture, divisions. One thing I left off. Very good, branch. So as a principal auditor, your objective is 2 point. Whether to use, if so, whether his work is adequate, how it will affect. And our 600 is connected with 2 other topics which you have already covered in the task. Anyone saying? 1. Consolidated financial statements, chapter number 13. Holding company auditor is principal auditor. Subsidiary company auditor, another auditor. Now, chapter number 7, 143, subsection 8, branch audit. Company auditor using the work of branch auditor. Shari. Can you support like this for 610? 610 is external auditor using the work of internal auditor. When will you think of this essay? Very easy. They will give in the question internal auditor. Hey, when you hear about internal auditor, now when we hear about internal auditor, anything else came to your mind? Caro. Okay, Caro, you're right. Can you say which clause of Caro? 15 or 14? 15 is related parties. Okay, Caro clause number 14. Plus you have a chapter itself which is in the next assignment. Next task, chapter number 16. Now, external auditor, why? Eda, why are you using the work of internal auditor? 1. To obtain audit evidence. One more main thing is there. Audit evidence as a partial substitution. Very good. To seek the direct assistance. Please, can you count for me? Cash, can you see the inventory? But assistant should be under direction, supervision, review of external auditor. Now, there is a flow, guys, in this essay. First, whether to use the work. If so, to what extent to use. And then, whether to use. If so, to what extent, then use. Okay, so last essay, over. Can you say what is essay 610? Who using the work of whom? Auditor using the work of auditor's expert. Did any other essay came to your mind when you heard about the expert? In essay 500, you hear about expert, but that is management expert. This is auditor's expert. So think of 620 when you hear about actuary, valuer, engineers, which is auditor's expert. So your objective is same, whether to use, if so, how it will affect whether his work is adequate. Ada, can you use name of expert in our audit report? Manoj, you only said first. Can you use the name in our audit report? Yes, if dash opinion, if modified opinion with consent. But where did we hear the same dialogue? Today only we heard in another chapter, another essay. Similar thing was there in somewhere else. Very good. That's right. 402. There, user entity auditor referring SO auditors. User entity auditor referring service organization auditor's name. Here, auditor referring auditor's expert's name. Okay. So that's it, guys. 600 think when you hear about component in the question, component is these things. Then 610 is internal auditor, 620 is experts. Expert example only they will give. So guys, one thing is there. Ask me what it is, winding up only. Ask me what na? Over. 3 essays are nowhere in your chapter as such. One is essay 200, overall objective. Definition of auditing, objective of auditing, limitation. Next, essay 210, preconditions for audit, engagement letter. Next, essay 230, audit documentation. Please remember those essays also. We will be covering in class. So I'm really sorry, guys. 8 minutes delay. That's because a lot of standards were there. And guys, how many tasks we have already completed? Task 1 over, task 2 over, task 3 over. I mean, those who are following. Now task. Task 4. Task 4, I've assigned 2, 3 is over, na chapter 4. And all are standards. So for a change, chapter 4, chapter 15, 16. 15, 16 is other topic. One is PSU audit, another is internal audit. With chapter number 4, we will complete all the basics topic. Basic topic means we have covered chapter number 1 to 7 with this task 4. All basic standard will be over. So I have a request here. Ask me what, no? You cover this task 4 as always. I have already, did you see? I have already assigned the assignment. Did you see that? I have assigned MCQ also. Okay. Now, my request is after you complete this, correct, that's right. After you complete this, it's almost going to be half of your syllabus. I mean, chapter wise. Okay, half of your syllabus. So what I advise you is after you complete this task, take 2 to 3 days, not break from auditing. Don't need to study. Kindly revise whatever chapters you have completed. As I said, students are in a hurry to finish the chapters, but I always feel revision should happen with the studies and not only after studies. Okay or no? Okay. So guys, wait. We will see only after a little time. So guys, I've given you ample time. So more than the task, what I wanted you to do is assignment as well as revision. Don't be in a hurry to finish the classes. What point finishing the classes but not remembering will not help you. Please take time to revise also. Revision is the key. So guys, I hope it's clear. I've assigned the task in channel. Please see. Okay. So that's it, guys. I'm really sorry for the video getting stuck. I hope my audio was clear. Yeah. Okay, guys. So we'll see. Ta-ta.